leadership qualities you believe will be most valuable in a workplace?
Openness,
Hmm.
right? The world is changing way too fast than we are prepared for it, right? So being open, being grounded, because see what happens is that we look at the next shiny object. Oh, this new AI thing is in the market, right? Oh,
Hmm.
now there's this innovation. And we are running after all these shiny objects and we are actually forgetting our humanness, right? So the leadership qualities that are actually going to help is to be able to look at the situation, right? Look at, like, connect the dots and understand, if we do this, this will be the impact.
Hmm.
And then being able to not just observe but express what you see,
Wow.
because people are hiring you because you have the expertise,
Hmm.
right?
Yep.
Now you just have to show, you just have to talk about it.
Yeah.
Not like in the I need to now prove myself kind of an energy, but it's like I really understand. I can look at the process end to end. We don't have all the data yet, but these are some of the possibilities, these are some of the pros, and these are some of the cons.
Yeah.
But expressing, authentically,
Beautiful.
saying your truth,
Mm.
that is the most important quality that is needed today. And more people, and it applied to me many years ago, because what that conditioning does is that we show up as scaredy cats,
Mm.
right? We are scared to speak up, we are scared to push back, we are scared to stand our ground, we are scared to um, advocate for ourselves, we're
Right.
scared of confrontation.
Hmm.
And these are all the things that bring us down. So in today's day and age, the more we can use our voice, the more we can actually make a mark.
Lovely, lovely. So, Dr. Mrinalini, you often speak about executive presence.
Mm.
How would you define it for someone hearing the term for the first time?
Mm. Just like leadership, right? Just like leadership, executive presence. If you Google these terms, you will get a million hits, right?
Right.
And it makes you wonder what exactly it is.
Mhm.
Again, the way I look at executive presence is bringing your whole self, right? A lot of people think, oh, executive presence is, being charismatic, and then people don't know
Mm.
whether they have charisma or not, whether it can be developed or not. So if you don't have clarity, then you are stuck,
Yeah.
right? A lot of people feel that, oh, if I'm confident, then I will have executive presence. There's truth to that.
Mhm.
But executive presence, if we look at, like if I ask you to think of a person who you consider as a great leader,
Mhm.
they are ordinary people, but somehow they have cultivated themselves,
Mhm.
where, in their presence, you will see they make an eye contact.
Yeah.
They respect you, they listen really carefully.
Mhm.
When you're in their presence, you feel like I want more of them, right? They enter the room and everybody turns to them, and they have that trust in them that this person knows
Right.
what they are talking about or what they know.
Yeah.
So executive presence, again, comes from accepting yourself as your whole self. You don't have to be brown or white or black or whatever color to, be a great leader. It is really how self assured you are within yourself. Because when you are self assured, then there's no rush.
Right.
Then you're not trying to prove yourself.
Yeah.
You are just present and you take up all that space. You're not constricting
Mhm.
and holding yourself back.
So, Dr. Mrinalini, tell me, how can women build confidence when they are often the only women in a meeting room?
Yeah. Now, see, like I said, there are four pieces to leadership, right? Guess what? Almost all the fields are male dominated.
Very true.
Right? So, we want to thrive here. Now, the problem is that because we haven't had many examples of the feminine leadership,
Mhm.
what are most women try to do? Even the top, women who are CEOs and CEOs, the only example they have is of men,
Mm.
right? So we are trying to be like men. we are loud, we are go 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 go, and unless and until there are achievements, it doesn't feel right. And what is happening is we are swallowing that leadership pill.
Yeah.
And that is what is making this difficult.
Wow.
Women are pretending to be men, and men are feeling threatened because of that. And actually men and women, they need to work together, because all are needed. In fact, I will even go wider, all genders are needed. The idea is that we operate from fear. What will he think, right? If I say, and if he says something demeaning, then what will happen? So it's not that we are afraid of speaking up. You know what we are afraid of? We're afraid of what will happen after we speak up, and that is what holds us back. So again, focus on showing the big picture, focus on showing the outcome, and then the other party may or may not agree with it. And here's the thing, and this is the biggest lesson I have learned in life, and which is what I teach my clients, is that in this world, I just keep it very simple for me. There are 50% of people who are gonna love me, 50% of people who are going to hate me. 50% of people will see my point, 50% of people won't see my point. And when it comes to corporations, right? In the modern world, right? Especially this day and age, everybody is just trying to cover their rear end basically.
Absolutely.
Right? So
Very
nobody is really dedicated to the cause, right? Why the company started, what are we trying to achieve. And as women, and this is the thing with feminine leadership, we are responsible. We are very, we want to nurture people, we want to bring people with us, and somehow masculine leadership just feels like I need to go ahead of everybody else. So what is happening is we are just trying to prove ourselves, right? I am better than you, my idea is better than you. But if you could just step back and really embrace, who you are, and you say that this is my approach. If they don't like it, that's fine.
Yep.
That's fine.
At least we
But
tried.
you tried.
Yeah.
And there are some battles that are worth fighting, and some battles you let go. Right? And at the end of the day, if you're working for somebody else, you will always have to listen to somebody else.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why I also encourage women, to start exploring something of their own. And with layoffs and everything, it's always good to have a second stream of income.
Very true, very true. How can professionals learn to speak up with confidence without feeling intimidated?
Yeah. So, as we are talking about it, right? This cultural conditioning blind spot does a number on us, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it just holds us back in many ways. We become scared of things that are we don't need to be scared of. And this is something I want to say, especially to women. And I have something for men also, but for women especially. We have done so many scary things in life, but we take them for granted. So for example, you have left your home country, you have come to a completely new country, you get married, you leave your home and come start living with strangers, right? You have given birth to babies. The amount of pain that you go through, right? The things that you have to overcome, adjusting in a new culture, do you know how scary that is? So, compared to that, speaking up is nothing. But again, it's not your fault that you're scared of speaking up. Like I said, that cultural conditioning is very important. So, if you can, address those limiting beliefs, understand that cultural conditioning blind spot, and that requires inner work. See, you can improve your public speaking, right? You can
Right.
go speak better, but inside, if you're still scared, that's the energy your audience is going to feel.
Absolutely.
But if you are secure within yourself, if you're confident within yourself, then communication just happens. People come to me because they want to learn to speak up, but a majority of work that we do is on the inside. And as we do that, they don't even need a script. They just feel
True.
like, wow, I can speak with anybody now.
Wonderful. As a continuation, I would like to know how would you advise women returning to the workforce after a career break?
Hmm. That is one of my pet peeves,
Mm.
right? um, Again, how you position yourself is very important, right? Many times we just, because we see everybody around us, oh, they took a break, to be a mom taking care of children.
Mm.
But if you think about it, you are doing whatever you do at work, you're doing at home as well,
Yeah,
right?
true.
Whether it's budgeting, whether it's operations, right? Efficiency, how what should I cook, how do I make sure that my day runs smoothly, right? If there are delays, if somebody drops the ball, you are picking up and doing it yourself.
Mhm.
So there is a way for how you position yourself. Now this also applies to people who are coming from India.
India.
See, the perception is that, and if we buy that perception, they keep telling us that, oh, but your work is India is not as same as the work that you do here, right? We are different. This is Western country, and it's very different. Or your degree is not as great as here.
Correct. Mhm.
So we have that inferiority complex within us.
Mm.
But if you are able to position the work that you have done, right, and how your experience actually ties into the goals that this particular job has for you, how you make that connection is very important. See, the thing is that companies don't care whether you have gone to IIT, whether you have gone to MIT, whether you have gone to Harvard.
Mhm.
What they want to know is the connection between your expertise, your education, and are you a good fit for me as a person, and are you truly able to solve my problem? So the way you speak about your experiences, whether you took a break to raise your children, whether you are just coming from India, how you position yourself makes the biggest difference.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.